So, Buddha Bear is back with us today. And last week, we only had a picture of Loving Lamb. Yeah, here she is with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So we only had a picture last week. Then, in the middle of this week, Loving Lamb appeared at the Abbey. Yeah, and I asked somebody, where did she come from? And they said, Amazon. But I didn't know that the Amazon forest had lambs. So she's very cute, isn't she? Yeah. So you get to meet your friend, Loving Lamb, in person.
Hello, welcome.
This is so exciting. His Holiness thought it would be a good idea for me to come to the Abbey because I'm kind of new in the Dharma like Buddha Bear. So he thought it would be good for me to start off kind of at the beginning too.
Yeah, okay. So one of the things in the beginning that both of you are going to learn, that's very important, it's the meaning of Loving Lamb's name. Okay? Not the lamb part, but you know that already. Okay? But the loving part. Okay? So what does it mean to love someone? Do either of you know that?
You really care about them.
Yeah, okay, you care about them. What does care about them mean?
Like my mom, she loves me, and she takes care of me by helping me get food and learn how to tie my shoes and be a good bear.
Okay, that's how she shows her love. Okay, but love is something inside your own heart. It's not that we show it by what we say and what we do, but what we're trying to develop as Buddhists is the love that you feel in your own heart. Okay? And one of the things that impedes us from feeling real love is, of course, anger. Yeah, because you can't love somebody and be angry at them at the same time. Mm. So we got to work on our anger, right?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. Do you get mad at anybody, Loving Lamb?
Well, because I'm the only lamb around His Holiness, I kind of get ignored a lot. So I get put in the corner or they go give me a bowl of food and say, go away. So I get a little angry because I want to be with everybody. But lambs in the temple isn't a really good idea.
Yeah. You think lambs in the temple?
Yeah, I kind of like jump over things. I get really excited and then I kind of make a mess.
Okay. Okay. So you jump in their tea bowls?
Strange stuff, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you get buttered tea all over your paws?
Oh, yes, and all over my nose and my ears. Yeah, and I singed my ears on the butter lamps last week.
Oh boy, you really are rambunctious, aren't you?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, you're curious. Okay. Well, let's come back to love, okay? So, love, it means something very simple. It just means you want somebody to be happy and have the causes of happiness. Yeah? Very simple. You want somebody to be happy and have the causes of happiness. Now, the difficulty is, what is happiness? What are you really wishing for people, or bears or lambs? And what really are the causes of happiness. Because loving lamb, you thought the causes of happiness was jumping over the monk's tea bowls and jumping on the table with the butter lamps. But that didn't cause you happiness, did it?
That was very unhappiness.
Yeah. So lots of times we think what we're doing is going to bring us happiness, but it doesn't. Yeah, we don't understand the cause of happiness.
Yeah, I used to think the cause of happiness was, getting my head in a whole hive of honey. But I haven't done that since I've been here, and I really don't even miss it. So I'm curious whether that was real happiness, because I am pretty content even without doing that.
Mm.
And also the bees would get kind of upset and they would sting me, and that didn't feel good.
Yeah, you're really working on your renunciation, Buddha Bear. Yeah. First it was not eating bugs, and now not eating honey.
Well,
Whoa.
not eating it from the hive. Sometimes I see some that's spilled on the tea counter, and I happily help clean that up.
Oh, you like this? Look, look, look.
That's how I do it.
Oh, that's good. And what do the people who keep the tea counter think about your licking the tea counter?
They say it's pre-wash.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we really have to think a lot. What does it mean to be happy? What are we really wishing people? Because lots of times we wish them happiness, and it seems like those things are going to make them happy. But afterwards, they don't. Yeah? Like, well, for Buddha Bear, when you start to eat some of the honey out of the hive, and there's still some bees inside, and they come out, Bodhi Bug comes out with his whole entourage, and they're going sting, 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 sting.
Yeah. That's what happens. It gets in my mouth too sometimes, and in my ears, and it's not happy.
So you thought that was going to bring you happiness, but it didn't. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we really need to think, what is happiness? What is it we want? And when we say to somebody, I love you, what kind of happiness is it they want, that we want them to have? Yeah. Does I love you mean I want you to be happy as long as you're with me? But I don't want you to be happy when you're with somebody else. You can only be happy with me. Yeah? Well, that's wishing somebody to be happy. Is that loving them? What do you think, loving lamb?
That sounds a little grabby. What happens if that person can't be around? Does that mean we have to be unhappy because you're not there?
If we're really attached to the person, yeah. So there's a difference between being attached to them and really loving them. You see the difference?
It sounds like happy is a good feeling, and grabby and attached is not a very good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you're grabby and attached and possessive, yeah, then there's all sorts of strings attached. Yeah, that says, I only like you. I only love you as long as you're wearing a red shirt. But if you take off that red shirt, pooh. Yeah. Or you say, I only love you as long as you're soft and furry. But if somebody shaves you and takes your wool and you look ugly, I don't know if I love you anymore. Okay.
Sounds like a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
It sure does. Like this. You're going like this all the time. Yeah. Whereas love is just you care about them, you want them to have happiness and its causes, and there's no strings attached. In other words, your mind isn't saying, I want you to be happy as long as you think I'm the most bestest one in the universe. Yeah. And I want you to be happy as long as you bring me lots of honey. Yeah. Or lots of, what do you want?
Clover.
Clover. Okay. Yeah. So if somebody brings you what you like to eat, then you love them. But if you bring honey to loving lamb and clover to Buddha bear, then what?
Yuck.
Yeah, it's harder for me to digest clover.
Yeah. Okay. So we really have to think, what is the happiness? And if you eat clover or you eat honey, whichever one you like, what about when it's over? Do you have true happiness forever and ever and ever?
I just want more, actually.
You just want more.
Yeah, I can't ever get enough honey.
So you can just keep eating honey without end?
I mean, I think I can, but it usually runs out.
Okay, I wouldn't advise trying to keep eating it. Yeah, because sometimes, well, let's ask Loving Lamb, what happens when you eat a lot of clover?
My tummy gets upset and I can't sleep very well.
So that's probably going to be the same thing if you eat too much honey, Buddha bear.
Oh, maybe I just never put the two together, that my upset tummy was due to eating too much honey.
Yeah. So if we're saying I love somebody and we just wish them to have a lot of honey or a lot of clover or a lot of chocolate or whatever they like, yeah, and we give them lots and lots, but they get a tummy ache afterwards. Yeah. Are we really clear on what the cause of happiness is? They told us what they wanted, we gave them what they wanted, and they wound up with a tummy ache. Yeah. So do you two think that maybe there's another kind of happiness besides the happiness that you get when you eat a lot of your favorite food? What do you think? Is that the only kind of happiness there is?
It would be nice to have a happiness that you didn't have to, feed. Like it came out from a place that always had happiness from inside. Like His Holiness. He loves everybody. He's never unhappy, but he doesn't have any special friends. He likes everybody, and his heart is always so kind and friendly. He doesn't care about what food he gets. That doesn't make him happy.
No. It's not the honey?
As far as I checked it out, he can have it or not have it. He doesn't care.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty amazing, huh?
That is. That's pretty inspiring.
Yeah. Happiness without honey.
I'm speechless.
Yeah. Okay. So think about it a little bit. What really is happiness, and what is the cause of happiness? And what does it mean to love somebody? Anybody else have some ideas? Wish them to be free from samsara. What samsara?
Addiction to honey.
Oh, yeah. addiction to honey or addiction to clover. Yeah. Yeah. An addiction is good friends with attachment. You like something a lot. So like Buddha Bear said, she can't get enough. So she wants more and better and more and better and more and better. And the honey always runs out before she can get that.
And if I am checking in with myself, there's not really actual happiness because I'm just always wanting more. And even when I'm eating the honey, I'm just thinking about more honey or not wanting the honey to run out. And I don't know that I've actually really enjoyed honey in this way that we're talking about.
Yeah. Are you even tasting the honey when you're trying to gobble it all up before Pooh Bear comes along?
Oh, good question. I mean, it's sweet. I imagine the sweet taste, but it's possible that each bite might taste a little different and distinct, and I just don't even notice because I'm so busy slurping it up.
Yeah. And what happens if Pooh Bear comes?
Oh, I'm a little embarrassed to say. I try and kind of tuck away and hide in the bushes so that he doesn't see and doesn't want to pick my honey.
So you hide the honey with yourself in the bushes.
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, a couple times I've shared, but I'm still learning generosity, and I've got some pretty deeply ingrained habits of devouring honey all by myself.
Yeah, because we talked about generosity a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? And you were very generous then. You gave candy to everybody here. And they all slurped it up.
And that did feel really good.
Yeah, and you felt very good.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah. So to think, what feels better, keeping it all for yourself or sharing it? Because when we want it all for ourselves, Buddha Bear, when you take that honey and you grab it like that, and then you run away to the bushes and try and avoid Pooh Bear. Is your mind happy and relaxed when you're just trying to get all the honey for yourself and not let Pooh Bear have any?
Not at all. It's really this clingy, grabby, all mine, you don't see me over here kind of mind.
Yeah.
And a little bit nervous about being caught, because then if Pooh Bear sees me, then I'd even be more embarrassed that I was hiding from him. So there's a lot of worry that comes with that.
Yeah. If Pooh Bear sees you, he might bring grizzly bear and black bear and polar bear and the bears from South America.
Then I might give them all the honey in the hopes that they don't eat me.
Yeah, that sounds wise. Okay, so try and think a little bit about sharing and the disadvantages of just thinking about your own pleasure. And see, check up in your mind when you only think about me and my pleasure. Can you really open your heart and love somebody?
Oh. I'll think about that and look into it, because I really think you're onto something.
Yeah, and loving lamb, good if you think about this too.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, because then I'm not thinking about Clover all the time.
Yeah, you're thinking about how to give happiness to others.
Yeah. So if I find a really good clover patch, I can spread the word so my friends can have some too.
Yeah. Just like when the ants find some honey in the Abbey, they spread the word real fast. And and invite all their friends. So you can help your friends too. You happy to have a friend, Buddha Bear?
Yeah, it's really nice to have another four-legged friend around here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to teach a loving lamb how to prostrate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that after class tonight.
Yeah, that's good.